Good morning, investors. You are on KleverStock with me, Shomna, serving you the latest morning bell updates. Kicking off with the opening bells updates of local market. The FPMCI opened near flat on Friday before slipping into a red, even as Wall Street main index closed at record high overnight following the US Federal Reserve of 25 basis point interest rate cut. On Thursday, the Dow Jones Industrial Average rose 124.10 points or 0.27% to 47,142.42. The S&P 500 gained 31.61 points or 0.48% to 6,631.96, while Nasdaq observed a jump of 209.40 points or 0.94% to 22,470.73. Back home, the FPMCI slipped 2.11 points or 0.13% to 1,596.77. The benchmark has opened almost flat at 1,597.99, down to 0.06 points. Among the decliners, Petronas Dagangan slipped 46 cents to 22 ringgit 48 cents. Sunway Construction fell 9 cents to 6 ringgit 26 cents. Contract Industry lost 8 cents to 4 ringgit 17 cents, and Gamuda is 7 cents to 5 ringgit 51 cents. On the gainer list, Malaysian Pacific Industries surged 54 cents to 29 ringgit 08 cents. Nestle added 42 cents to 95 ringgit 42 cents. Alliance PA climbed 34 cents to 17 ringgit 84 cents, while UWC rose 20 cents to 3 ringgit 53 cents. Recon Trade said it was surprised by sell down yesterday as it expected the local pros to stay supported. We believe this is a brief correction and bunch hunters will be back anytime soon. As such, we anticipate the index to trend within 1,600 to 1,610 range today, said. Berjaya Research also noted the cautious sentiment is likely to persist with the global uncertainties and foreign fund flow remain two key swing factors. While the pullback below of 1,600 points signals a near-term profit taking, it's the expectation of steady domestic consumption and policy support still cushions downside risk. Technically, Berjaya 1 Debt Index has formed a bearish candle after a gap down, closing just under its 1,600 psychology mark. It identified a near-term support at 1,585 with the next level of 1,580 if it falls to hold. On the upside, the FPMCI needs to reclaim 1,600 before recharging towards the resistance of 1,617 and then of 1,620. Moving on to local currency updates. The ringgit opened higher against the US dollar this morning, tracking gains across region currency despite the growing strength of the greenback. At 8 a.m. today, the local note stood at 4.1865 or 4.2100 against the greenback, compared with Thursday close of 4.1945 or 4.1995. However, at 8 a.m. today, it had eased to 4.2005 or 4.2105. Bank Muhammad Malaysia Chief Economist Dr. Muhammad Afizah Abdul Rashid said the ringgit is expected to trade within 4 ringgit 19 cent to 4 ringgit 21 cent range today as forward taking emerged after the US dollar index or DXY rose 0.49% to 97.348 points. He noted that on Thursday, the ringgit has displayed of 0.21% against the dollar to 4.197 remained below of 4 ringgit 20 cents psychological level, although it briefly touched 4.2013 at midday. Against other major currency, the ringgit opened stronger. It appreciated versus the Japanese yen at 2.8297 or 2.8457. Climbed to 5.6744 or 5.5062 against the British pound, and firmer to 4.9355 or 4.9632 against the euro. The ringgit also strengthened against ASEAN currency. It rose at 3.2661 or 3.2847 against the Singapore dollar, advanced to 13.1209 or 13.2037 against the Thai baht, gained to 253.3 or 254.8 against the Indonesian rupiah, and improved to 7.33 or 7.38 versus the Philippine peso. Continuing with some local economy updates, Malaysia is expected to keep overnight side policy rate unchanged even as the United States Federal Reserve moved to cut interest rate for the first time this year. And it said Bank Negara Malaysia is likely to hold the current rate at least at the end of 2025, supported by resilient domestic demand and easing global uncertainties. The Fed on Thursday trimmed a benchmark by 25 basis points after a 9-month pause, bringing the federal fund rate down to a range of 4.00 to 4.25% as policymakers shift focus towards slowing job growth and risking employment risk. In contrast, Bank Negara has left its benchmark steady since July 2023 after raising rates by a total of 125 basis points from the pandemic low of 1.75%. The OPR now stands at 2.75%, just under pandemic level of 3.00% last seen in earlier 2020. Hong Leong Investment Bank said the decision reflects the central bank confidence in Malaysia's macroeconomy of fundamental, adding given the central bank monetary policy commitment assessment that current OPR remains support of economic growth and price stability. We expect the rate to maintain at 2.75% at the final meeting in November. Maybank Investment Bank noted the Fed cut widely anticipated amid of growing concern over the US economy. They also flagged worries about the Fed independence of following President Donald Trump's criticism of the policy its trade removed Chair Jeremy Powell. It attempts to fire Government Lisa Cook and Senator of confirmation of White House Economy Advisor Cyprian Millen as the new federal governor. Maybank now projects the federal fund rate to end 2025 in the range of 3.50 to 3.75%, reflecting 75 basis points of cuts. UOB Global Economy and Market Research said the Fed's move aligns with the forecast of 325 basis point cut in 2025. The bank expects 2 more cuts this year, one each in October and December, which will bring the Fed target to 3.75% by the end of 2025. UOB also keeping the forecast of 2 additional cuts in 2026, implying a terminal rate of 3.25%. Moving on to corporate news updates. Destiny Berhad, unit Destiny Prime Sdn Berhad, has received a letter of award of external contract from the Defence Ministry. The contract entitles of supply of non-profit aircraft, separate parts of the Royal Malaysian Air Force, and the value of contract remained at 403.75 million ringgit, coinciding with the other 29 contractors, Destiny said the Pusat Malaysia filing today. The tender of the contract will expire on June 30, 2025, been extended for another 18 months from July 1, 2025 to December 31, 2026, said Destiny, which Delphi of Industry Group. DPSP is required to provide a performance bond when received order from the government, where the performance bond share amount of 2.5% from the order more than of 200,000 ringgit and 5.0% for the order more than 500 million ringgit. Finally, wrapping up, we have major corporate developments and deals across Malaysia. At first, we have Eco World reported a 25.8% rise in net profit of 101.2 million ringgit or 3.40 cents per share for the third quarter and July 31, 2025, bringing its 9-month net profit of 41.4% higher at 311.3 million ringgit or 10.50% per share. Next, we have Sunway is acquiring Hong Kong Land's MSCL land for 2.4 billion ringgit, its largest ever deal, marking a major step in expanding its regional property footprint. Vinastada posted a net profit of the 28.42 million ringgit for the second quarter ended July 31st, 2025, up from 22.86 million ringgit a year earlier. A revenue jumped to 396.84 million ringgit from 230.88 million ringgit on stronger construction contributions. Cameron has acquired 2 freehold land parcels in Kulai, Johor for 3.65 million ringgit from director and major shareholder Pang Tin. The land is used for storage space for construction materials and machinery to support project in northern Johor Bahru. At last, we have Pentec, which received notice of assessment for capital gains tax from the Inland Revenue Board amounting of 6.76 million ringgit for the year of assessment 2025. The company says it's taking of professional advice and plan for file and inquiry. That's a wrap for morning buy updates with me, Shomna on KleverStock. Thank you for choosing us investors. Stay tuned for the next live coming soon.